She could face...
I feel like we kind of glossed over the mysterious obelisk. The Landlord Pylon is crazy, dude. I feel like we're glossing over this. Average New York landlord, by the way. I don't even care if this person is from New York, by the way. This is the average New York landlord.
Another family out of their Cedar Rapids home tonight. They blame the landlord, and they call a slumlord. A 9/11 investigation tonight found that landlord is facing thousands of dollars in fines and even potential criminal charges over the state of her properties.
In the meantime, this is upending people's lives and leaving others feeling helpless. And KCRG TV9's Lacey Reeves reports on our I-9 investigation into that landlord.
That landlord's name is Bridget Toyngar. Last week, we showed you these apartments on Aussie Lane. The city of Cedar Rapids declared them uninhabitable, citing issues with the sewer. People living there had to move out. Today, that happened to another one of her rental properties. Sewer issues forced the city to declare this home uninhabitable. And this is just part of the pattern. We dug through inspection reports and court records and found Toyngar has 10 properties in violation of city codes and a history of ignoring orders from both the city and judges to fix them.
Master manipulator.
That's how the woman who lived in this Cedar Rapids home describes her landlord, Bridget Toyngar. She blames her for having to find a new place to live.
My heart dropped.
She asked us to hide her identity, but showed us what she's been living with for months. Clogged pipes and sewage standing in the basement.
But I still go down there and choose to clean up that mess. I have to close the vents in the house because if you turn on the heat or even the air, you smell all of that come up. So I have to close the vents.
Through a records request, KCRG obtained an inspection report the city made in March, giving the landlord 7 days to fix the plumbing. The property manager said they did not have the money to fix it. They didn't, which meant the family here now has to move out.
Then I was like, I have nowhere to go. What am I going to do?
The family hasn't found a new place to live and wants to see Toyngar be held accountable.
I believe she should properly place everyone that she has destroyed because these are people lively. They was willing to live in that and give her a chance to fix the problem, and she did not.
But this isn't Toyngar's only property violating city code. Similar sewer issues forced several families out of their apartments on Aussie Lane last week. Last year, the city of...
Is it not crazy that, like, you are not owed that money back from the landlord? Like, you pay whatever amount of money that you pay in rent, at least in part, to have a habitable place. They are going to profit off of you, and you're accepting that arrangement. Should you not get your money back? You're not paying to live in a slumlord location. You're paying, or like in a slum, you're paying to live in a habitable location. They didn't hold up their end of the bargain. Why are you not capable of like getting your rent money back? Why would Mamdani's rent freeze in New York do this to Iowa? Has anyone asked that question yet? Because I was just told that landlords are the best people ever and they always repair things and they're amazing and they should be treated with kindness and respect. Well, this guy has 10 units. He owns and rents out 10 units, but doesn't have enough money to fix any of them. Doesn't have enough money, even though they pay rent every month.
Cedar Rapids even took Toyngar to court for another of the buildings on Aussie Lane on separate issues. The judge fined Toyngar more than $2,000 and ordered repairs be made by March 7th. An inspection shows the violations are still not fixed, with a court date now in June. In all, KCRG obtained city inspections showing 10 properties in violation of city code, owned by 3 different LLCs, all registered to Toyngar. 7 of them are residential. 3 are commercial, like the strip mall in Northwest Cedar Rapids.
I would use the words deceptive.
Mike Holder owns Pet's Playhouse here. It's one space the city found multiple code violations dating back to 2023, including sanitation issues, graffiti, and peeling paint. Holder said,
Bro literally owns multiple strip malls, but somehow doesn't have the money to fix these things. Like, then why don't you sell one of them, huh?
As the lack of maintenance has cost him over $1,000.
We had roof water leak into this tank and it killed everything in this tank. So we had to start everything over and we lost all that inventory of that fish.
The city sued Toyngar to fix the problems. Toyngar never showed up, so the judge ruled in favor of the city, fined Toyngar $3,700, and ordered her to make repairs by June of 2024. Toyngar again failed to show up to court in February and now has a summons to appear later this month. Holder fears his store could be the next of Toyngar's properties to be shut down.
This is my business. I have all my money stuck into this thing, and to have somebody come in outside because of someone else's neglect saying, hey, I could shut your business down, that's hard. If you're going to own a piece of property, you have to accept the responsibility that's associated with maintaining that property. That's not been happening.
This is another of Toyngar's properties violating city code. We showed you last summer how this mysterious tower is irritating neighbors. The city has ordered her to take it down. It's still there, with the court hearing scheduled for later.
What the f is that?
This month.
We are trying to force her hand in the court of law.
Kevin Ciabatti with the City of Cedar Rapids Building Services says it is working to enforce city code with every tool available. Toyngar currently owes more than $20,000 in court fines. She could face.
I feel like we kind of glossed over the mysterious obelisk. Girl is playing RimWorld Anomaly DLC and we're just fine with it.
Criminal charges if she continues to skip court dates and ignore judges' orders. But her 3 companies are still able to operate in the city for now. Is there any way that she can be removed from that landlord list?
They're not going to talk about it again. I'm sorry. What the f is that?
Last summer, how this mysterious tower is irritating neighbors. The city is
Soyuz Environment Clean Engine. That's the most suspicious label I've ever seen in my life.
ordered her to take it down.
+3 landlord tower of control. It allows her to charge more rent and own more properties. You have to build one of those first before you're allowed to own more properties. Okay. I like how they just are like, the tenants really didn't like this mysterious tower that was put up that's been giving them nightmares ever since it was erected. They've been having visions for 24 hours a day, when they're awake, when they're asleep, and it persists even if they leave to work. And still, she refuses to show up to court. Like, hello? The Landlord Pylon is crazy, dude. I feel like we're glossing over this.
It's still there, with the court hearing scheduled for later this month.
We are trying to force her hand in the court of law.
Kevin Ciabatti with the City of Cedar Rapids Building Services says it is working to enforce city code with every tool available. Toyngar currently owes more than $20,000 in court fines. She could face criminal charges if she continues to skip court dates and ignore judges' orders. But her 3 companies are still able to operate in the city for now. Is there any way that she can be removed from that landlord list?
We are looking into that, to whether or not this would be a situation where we would pursue that. However, I want to be very clear that when you remove somebody from that rental business permit, it applies to all their properties. So, for example, if there are properties that are in compliance or individuals living in those individual units that have no reason other than to be removed, it would be very difficult for us to take action in a situation like that, remove somebody from a property that's totally in compliance.
Kevin, is Bridget Toyngar a slumlord?
I'm not going to answer. I won't answer that question.
But that's exactly what several people who were kicked out of her properties called her.
Searchwat, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Raiders.
Is that what you would call Bridget?
I would call Bridget, the call of that, I honestly would be thinking that they'd probably be giving her a compliment. If I called her a slumlord. If I called her a slumlord, I think I'd be giving her a compliment.
I did get a hold of Bridget Toyngar on the phone today. I asked her if she took responsibility for the violations in all of her properties. She told me no and directed me to the property manager. That property manager declined to talk with us. In the studio, Lacey Reeves, KCRG TV9 News.
Okay, that was quite the, first of all, no Megalol. But second, that was quite the up and down there, man. I'm going to be honest. That could be the next Lego drama. There's a hilarious YouTube video about the mysterious machine. I kind of like not knowing. I Googled what it was. Would you believe it lights up at night? That's amazing. I would be surprised if it didn't. Yeah. It doesn't do anything, by the way. Yeah, that's what you think, idiot. Yeah. What if they're just pretending like it does things that it doesn't do to hide what it actually does? Bet you guys feel real stupid now. Bet you guys would feel really stupid now. If I said that, yeah. On the final topic on landlords really fast, this shit was insane. Ben Shapiro saying how it starts versus how it ends. And it's Mamdani with the happy rent freeze cake. And then it's, I forget, this is like in reference to, I'm pretty sure landlords specifically committing arson to cash in on insurance policies that were super inflated, by the way. Landlords need to make more and more money every year, or they would burn your home to the ground. Does not make me sympathetic to them. Is this supposed to make me feel like I should help or care about landlords? Because this just makes me dislike them more. For those who don't know, about 1970s, gigantic percentage of all housing stock in South Bronx was burned to the ground by landlords who made money off insurance than the rent. So first of all, how would this even apply to rent control? Second, you're just going to admit that landlords frequently commit fraud for their financial benefit. Okay. What, like, I don't where am I supposed to change my mind here? All right, man. You know what, man? Whatever you say. Ben just thinks doubling down is the only way. Is the only way because the same way he treats defending Israel. Yeah.